Hey all, so I just wanted to explain to you really quick how to do the review because a lot of people have emailed me out of some sort of confusion, and that's understandable. It's a little confusing. To review for your review exam next week, what I would like you guys to do is try to watch one of each of these review videos. They're only about like 15 minutes long at the max. Some are 16, which is that much more. Watch one of those a day. And then before do that before you go into your review sheet for the day. And then for your review sheet, all that you're going to do is just look at the concepts over here on the left, the illustrative examples right here in the middle, and then the notes over here on the right. Ignore what SPIKE is, like just ignore that. It's an old acronym that doesn't really apply as much anymore. And instead focus on just explaining what that concept is in your own words. And it doesn't have to be very like in-depth. Here, I'll show you how to do it really quick, just make it easy. But it's really just meant to give you practice looking at a concept and being like kind of conversational in it. You're not going to be an expert. You're not expected to be an expert in every topic that's on the AP test. What you're expected to be is able to show a broad amount of knowledge and how to apply that knowledge in specific historical skills. So let's say that I'm looking at a concept and it's going to be, we'll just do the first one, Italian humanists promoting a revival in classical culture. What it means to take an illustrative example and explain that is you're going to pick one of those examples and you're going to use one of those as ammo for how you're going to write about that specific concept. So a good way to do it would be to look at how Italian humanists promote a revival in classical literature. I'd type over here, and it can be just like one or two sentences. It doesn't have to be a lot. So Italian humanists, oh wait, I want to make this a bigger box, hold on. Humanists promoted a revival in classical literature by encouraging Italians and other European societies at the time to use the Greek and Roman classics as a way to reinvestigate what was divine about humanity, not just about God, right? Like that's what I remember. That's what the humanists do. And then as an illustrative example, what that means is I can take one of these options and write about the one that I know about. Doesn't mean you have to write about each one. Pick whichever one applies best to the topic that you're writing about and use that illustrative example as a way to write about it. So if I pick Petrarch, okay, Petrarch was known as the father of humanism, and he really kicked off the revival classical texts by insisting that everything good about humanity was from the past. And learning from the past helps humans be better in the future. Okay? So that's just what you have to do for each topic, like each concept. It can be like literally one or two sentences is fine. It doesn't have to be super in-depth. It doesn't have to be like an expert response. I want you to just be able to practice knowing what the concepts are. And if you come to one where you're like, oh, I don't know what the new philosophical approaches were to the ancient texts, use one of those illustrative examples to go and research it. So how did Ficino approach the ancient texts? How did Pico della Mirandola? Both of those are things that will pop up in the AP exam, so you can go back into your textbook, or you can just go into, or you can just go into Google and just look it up, and then just write a brief explanation of it. I will be in the Google Meet that is linked in the general info topic of our classroom. If you need help with any of these topics, I'm more than happy to work through them with you. I will not do the whole thing for you because unfortunately I don't have time to do your review for you. But if you really struggle with any of these, let me know and I can give you a bit of a jumping off point. I hope that helps. If you need any more help, please email me or jump in the Google Meet. I am more than happy to help you. Bye, guys.